Hello everyone, it's me, EOD here, and I think the first thing whenever we search out like how much money people make from stocks, it always seems so easy. Like for example, when you just search it out on YouTube, this guy is like saying he makes money very easily in the stock market, how he makes 17k per week from stocks. But one thing to consider that a lot of these people on the internet already have like a very large portfolio, and they possibly even have people recommending them information as well. Of course, when they are millionaires, it's very easy to get the ball rolling. But how exactly is it very relevant or stock market investing for regular people? For example, myself, I'm just like graduated a couple of years in Singapore as a regular person, just going through university, going get a regular job as well, and I'm now in my late 20s. How exactly is the difference? I want to share with you the first thing on this channel, and I'm being very transparent with a lot of people here, starting first off with how the reality of stock market is. This was during the depths of the COVID period, and I actually lost 30% of my portfolio back then. The market of course lost slightly more at 33%, 33.9% here, but still, this is the reality. You don't always make money on every single day of your trading portfolio. There is a saying in the market that timing the market is not as good as time in the market. So over the long period of time, you will have, for example, certain small little periods where you lose a little bit of money here and there, and this was quite substantial. $12,000 on my portfolio of here, I transferred a total of like 8k in back then. You can see my account value went from 36,000 US, I fell all the way to 31,000. This was because I continuously like pump money in and stuff like that. As a fresh graduate back then, with money coming from maybe my military, say the amount that we have in Singapore, because we have like mandatory military service for 2 years, I saved my money from there, as well as internship experience during my university days. I saved all that money there, just being a fresh graduate, put in the stock market, and seeing all that hard-earned money actually blow up was very, very painful. Not very easy to take for a lot of people, and I just want to share with you this because this is a reality that some part of people of you out there watching this video, you will face crises. I'm not saying that every day is perfect, but more importantly is how we handle these downdraft or situations and how we recover from them, and also how confident we are in our abilities as well. Now back then, when this happened, I was already probably like 7 years into my investing journey. So as you can see, if I just fast forward back, for example, to when my account was created, I started shifting my money from another platform over here. So I took a while to slowly gain the account value, slowly depositing money in, but I think I put in like 40k here eventually, as we can see here in this like cash and security transfers. Putting in the money, it started growing along the way, so it did make a bit of money, but definitely along the way we lost money during that COVID downdraft at the depths of the market. I still outperformed the market generally. As you can see, these like green and red lines are my portfolio performance. The gray line here of course is the S&P 500 broader market. What I actually wanted to share here is if I drag, for example, the time period for a slightly long period, maybe to the end of 2020, you can see here that the portfolio actually changed very drastically. If we just take away this time period where the market was crashing, everything was going bad, and if I sold off my entire portfolio, I quit the stock market back then, I said I'm never going back in again, I would have not seen this part of the portfolio throughout the rest of the year. And I think that's one of the bigger things that I want to talk about. One thing about how I made my money is always having good amount of discipline and having conviction in my ideas. I think those two things are like super important for anyone just starting out in the stock market. I talk about a lot of beginner guide videos on the channel, more on like principles as well as theories, which I think help me, which I think is going to be more transferable knowledge of how I think that I would like to part my knowledge to a lot of people as well. So back then here, probably around 7 to 8 years in, so I exactly knew, because I was pumping in money as the market crashed, I shifted my stocks a lot from my other asset classes. Back then I was holding a bit of gold, a bit of Singapore equities, which are more dividend yielding. I sold off a lot of that, shifted that in, so I really held conviction to my ideas that US stock market is going to do well, especially in the COVID period. A lot of the tech names and your, for example, COVID winners that we eventually saw, like hindsight is always 2020, but back then it was not so clear in the depths of the market when everyone was panicking, where everything was crashing. Even your technology names here were crashing for no reason, because they were all going to be poised to like boom from all the COVID winners, like your Amazon, e-commerce, and etc. etc. By the end of 2020, as you can see, my portfolio returned 61%. The broader market only returned 20%. So that is like a triple performance of the stock market. And some people calculate like on average a yearly basis should be around like 7%, 9% for a very good performance. I think this is pretty nice. 61% performance with a portfolio of a substantial amount. I wouldn't say it's like super rich, super large, but I think most people earning a decent salary and have excess cash to invest, I think that's very, very important. Of course, I talk about on this channel a wide range of how to invest. For example, a small amount of money, a large amount of money. I've been through a lot of that, and this is of course before I actually liquidated my stock portfolio somewhere around 2022. I invested in a house asset in Singapore. We'll talk about that on another video. But basically, as you can see here, a lot of the money actually came from stocks. I did even use like option trading, so which some people have like 1-2 blowout options, which like double their portfolio, triple their portfolio in like a couple of days. I didn't do all that. I did the hard work of picking good stocks with good fundamentals and riding them out to see a good value as well. And let's just fast forward real quick. I'm just going to show you, for example, if I fast forward to the time where I started, before I started liquidating my stock portfolio to like prepare for my purchasing of a house, I would say somewhere around 5th November 2021, around this period. That was also the time I remember very clearly that I managed to double my stock portfolio in this platform that I'm using as well. So as you can see here, it took me around 2 years, like 2019 to 2021. It had ups and downs here and there. There were a little bit of downs in 2021, but eventually we managed to double all our money by the end of 2021, even after like going through a huge crash. I remember every day here was like down 5%, down 7%. We were losing, like, I was like losing thousands of dollars on a daily basis back then. And every day you go to work really sad because you know your net worth, you will never recover that amount of money. Even if you work, for example, you work one whole month, you actually lost more money than working 3 months, 4 months, 5 months and stuff like that. It was a crazy experience, very memorable now looking back at that time period as well. So the stock market gave somewhere like 51% in the same time period. I made about 106, so I doubled the stock market performance. I just want to be very transparent with you. This is not meant to like brag or anything. I just want to show you the realities of what I did, and also to build credibility and say that I'm teaching you things that I've done myself, not as if I'm saying that it's easy to make money and I don't actually give credible backing of data to support myself. One important thing I want to share real quick is also, this is just my USD portfolio. I have other portfolios in Asia, Europe, Singapore, which is on a separate account, other stocks that I have, bonds, as well as other alternative investments, gold, which I'm not going to talk about in this video. This is specifically for the US market, which I highly encourage like beginners start reading. US market is good because it's very, very transparent and one of the most liquid markets in the world, with transaction costs that are not too high, especially for a lot of economies. The world is still using US dollar as its reserve currency. That's why everything is like based in dollars and stuff like US dollars. So I think it's very solid for anyone to start in the US dollar market. Good to learn because you have a lot of support from content creators. You have a lot of support, like this channel here will support you along the way as well. You also have a lot of like research that you can just Google certain information, very transparent reporting also. So a lot of upsides, especially if you want to start investing in stocks. Tons of support for a new learner in the stock market as well. So that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about. The next thing I want to share is actually here, as you can see still, I didn't have any blowout stock winners. In fact, I actually lost a little bit of money trading options here. I trade options on another platform. This one has too much cost involved. I mainly use this for stocks because of the charting. I like the charting numbers. It's quite interesting how they have like the green, the red, this grey line that tracks the stock market performance as well. So it's quite a lot of money. I made about 45,000 US dollars in 2 years period, taking my account to somewhere around like 100 plus Sing dollars. So other than that, I want to just show you real quick of the transactions I made, just to show you that it's not like one blowout stock as well. So as we can see here, if I just click like the trades here, 344 trades that I made within 2019 to 2021 in this time period when I was still using this platform very regularly. As you can see here, there's no single stock that's like super blowout carrying my entire account of gains. There's really like 344 worth of trade, very, very small stocks that I traded. I think I traded over like 100 different names in total. If you guys are interested in like the full stock portfolio that I have at that point of time, the full breakdown, I actually released this information to members of the channel. So if you are interested in these kind of access non-core information, subscribe as a member to this YouTube channel. I'll be happy to share it with you. If you want to learn more about the stock market and how to make money from in general, do like and subscribe for more of such future content. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. It's me, EODMoney here, signing off.